Kip Copeland.
How's it going?
Sir?
I'm fantastic.
Well, thanks for coming in today.
Yeah, man.
And letting me grill you with a few questions. But I guess the first one I have is, how long have you been a realtor now?
I am actually pretty much dead on the end of my 5th year right now. Yep.
Yeah. So 5 years in, got some battle scars, kind of starting to see most of all of it at this point, you think?
Yep, no doubt.
So tell me about that. So what I'm curious is, like, tell me about your first year in business and maybe what that first trial by fire moment was that you had as a new agent that really kind of taught you or gave you kind of perspective on what this industry is about.
Yeah. No, great question. Thank you. My first year, interestingly enough, I entered into this world fairly forcefully by another individual. Sort of.
Were there firearms involved? Or no?
Well, he is definitely the owner of many firearms, but he didn't use any in that moment, thankfully. No, he was a builder, and I went to work for him, and pretty quickly into working for him, he said he literally. His name's Jay Hogue, man. He's an awesome guy. I love him to death. He owns Southern Grace Builders out of Spartanburg, South Carolina, and he just saw potential in me. He just sat down on his computer one day and swiped his credit card and said, "Hey, man, I just signed you up for Charlie, real estate school."
Yeah.
And I said, okay, and paid me while I was on the clock. Just super generous guy. Just
awesome.
And yeah, that was pretty much it. And then once I got my license, he let me go and said, "Go get it."
That's
so
awesome.
That's how I came in. To more so answer your question, the battle scars of. I spent my first year. I had a pop-up camper that I had in my childhood.
Okay.
Sitting out in my yard, and I would go out there every day and call for sell by owners, and just try to get appointments with them. And I very much jumped off a financial cliff doing what I had to do. And my wife homeschools our kids, and so it was a grind. It was definitely a grind to get started.
Was there one particular moment or one particular deal, or maybe that first time you didn't get hung up on or told to pound sand?
Yeah.
That you were like, what do you remember that? What that was like and what that meant for you?
Yeah. So I was at that time. Walden Lacey was our coach at Keller Williams Greenville Central, and he was teaching us a lot about this stuff, and he referred to the idea of it takes 6 calls to get an appointment. Yeah. So you kind of, for sell by owners know what they're, oh man, this market, this is 20, this is, do the math. It's 2020.
Right.
And so, there was a very specific couple that on the 6th call they finally invited me over and said, "Come on." And that was like the moment of that I remember so well. And that, interestingly enough, they wanted, like everybody did in 2020, they wanted $340,000 for a $280,000 house.
Absolutely.
And so some of my favorite clients ever, I still stay in touch with them, but their appraisal came in $50,000 under what they went under contract for. So they learned that was a moment that, and we got through it. Both agents threw in a little bit, and then sellers came down and they came up with a touch more, and that got us through that moment. So,
and that's when that's kind of, you're like, okay, all right, if I can handle this.
Yeah, that's right.
That's a wild one.
Yeah.
So tell me about life before real estate. And what you say, you've been at 5 years, you were in, working for a construction company. Yeah. What was your life like before that?
Man, my life has been amazing. I can't. Before that, I spent right around 10 years as a missionary. We lived in Sarajevo, Bosnia, for several years. Did a lot of training out in Denver, Colorado. But we, right before it, I worked with Sleep Number. And
so from Sleep Number to Missionary.
Missionary and then Sleep Number and then real. So and the Sleep Number was a straddle from Alabama to here. I worked at a store there and then a store here, and I didn't realize that I didn't know how to help someone with a product that I knew very well that I didn't already know pretty well. I would just, people walk in like, oh, where'd you go to church? Where'd you go to school? This is my hometown. I get up here to Greenville. I don't know a soul.
Right.
And the Lord put me in the room with some pretty talented individuals, and I kind of learned how to listen.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Yeah.
I wasn't listening.
I got you.
Yeah.
I got you. So coming off the mission field, spending it, and then a little short stint. What were, you talked about listening being important, but what skills or experiences from, kind of that early part of your career in the mission field, do any of those translate over? Did any of those help you in what you're doing now?
Yeah. Great question. 100%. The condensed version in general is, I see life through the lens of identity. And personally, I believe that every person's identity is that we are servants. Every person. And I learned that, obviously, living in a country that it's borderline third world. It's pretty rough over there. That the way that you help is not always what someone needs. And a fun little story to kind of highlight that really helped me a lot. The first winter I was in Bosnia, a lot of people are so poor they heat their homes with wood burning, the thing that people around here think is cute, the little
Right.
The cast iron, big. And all the women on my street at that time were widows. And the truck came and dumped the whole winter's wood for like 5-6 houses in the middle of the street. I couldn't get my car out anymore. So I think I'm going to help by running out in the street and like, yeah, I'm going to stack this wood so fast. And all these women were like, stop, what are you doing? This is going to be our event for the next 3 or 4 days. We're going to stop and drink coffee, and we're going to have a relationship and be neighbors and stack wood slowly.
Together.
If you take this out from under us, we don't have anything. You know what I mean? It was like, and I started realizing, like, in life in general, there's a sublayer to what's going on in the real estate business. Very much, you can get real caught up in a lot of these terms and a lot of these ideas, and I think more than anything is when you begin to understand that you're a servant, and you can listen, and you can bring that to the table. A real estate transaction is actually pretty. You can do right by people when you take on that framework, because you're not focused on the commission and the money. You're looking at the person. And
that's awesome.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how long did it take to get the wood moved?
3. I walked to town a few days. It was like a kilometer up, and the walk back was straight uphill. The walk down's pretty easy.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So real estate obviously is famously, people business. I mean, that's you're dealing with people. As you looking back over your career so far, is there like one particular client that really kind of helped cement or even maybe change the way you viewed that or better understood that, kind of idea of this is really a people business?
Yeah. I would say there are 2. Just in fairness, I won't name them, but there were 2 women that were going through some pretty rough situations that needed a new home.
Yeah.
I grew up in a home with divorced parents at 6 months. Amazing stepdad, amazing dad. Everybody's happy now, but when you grow up in a home with a single mom and 2 older sisters, and you're the only boy in the house, you have this sort of soft spot for what women can go through.
Yeah.
And we were really counseling and ministering, and there was more going on than just that real estate. And that's what I've found, as much to my point earlier, is I love to get a layer deep in what people are dealing with and going through. Yeah. And my goal that I tell people is I want this to be a peaceful transaction. That I want you to have peace through this process. That you're not going to get good at it.
How often do you get laughed at when you say that?
Oh yeah, like that. That's the first. And I'm like, listen, and I have this whole weird thing I do when I sit down with people. I'm like, listen, when I give you information, it's information, not insinuation. I'm not telling you what to do. I kind of walk people through how to modify their behavior during a real estate transaction to reduce stress.
I like that.
Like if you're polite to your agent, I've seen this happen. It's a great example. In the South, we love to be polite. We don't want to tell people what they don't want to hear, right?
Right.
Like that's how we act.
You don't want.
Yeah, but you can pull in the driveway sometimes, be like, no.
Yeah.
And we'll still walk through this house for 15, 20 minutes. That's added stress to you. We're wasting and I'll typically look at the most polite person and just be like, hey, be rude to me.
Yeah.
Be black and white.
I love it. Yeah.
And so that actually, because what ends up happening is you're so nice, you get frustrated at the end.
Yeah.
And if you go ahead and purge some of that early and just sort of,
that's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Great way to put it. No, bless your heart here. Just
right.
Tell me how it is.
Yeah. Hit me across the face with it. This ain't my house. I'm not going to get offended.
So, I mean, what, in 5 years, tell me about the one house that you've shown and you were like, oh, I'd live there.
Oh. That's a great question. That's a really great, I'm having trouble with it because I recognized early in my career when I walk into a house, I'm not looking for me.
Right.
I can't make comments about what I look, and I've almost shut that part of myself down, but there is actually a home I have listed right now. It's on 10 acres in Greer.
Okay.
It's a 1.475 million listing. It's a beautiful, beautiful Georgian with columns in the front and all that. It needs a touch of things done to it, but it's 2 minutes down the road from where I currently live. I'd love to have that place for sure.
All right.
3836 Pennington Road in Greer, by the way.
There you go. I was waiting to.
There
you go. Go check it out.
There you go.
What about someone's moving to the Upstate tomorrow? They have 24 hours to live like a local.
Yep.
What are the 3 places you're going to tell them to go, or 3 things you're going to tell them to do? To really get the feel of what the Upstate's about.
Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is invite them to lunch in downtown Greenville somewhere.
Yep.
And maybe something simple like nosedive for the location, so that I can then walk right across the street, go across the bridge, maybe hit a little dessert there, and down at the I'm drawing a blank on the name, but it's right there at the bottom of the steps by the river with the swings.
Yeah, if you hadn't said it.
Yeah, it's that place. So we go there all the time. Shout out to whoever that is. And then we love the Grand Bohemian. And then from there, it will really, in my opinion, depend on, are they looking in Simpsonville? Are they looking in Greer? Am I taking them to their life there?
Yeah.
But if I'm staying in or around the Greenville area, I definitely would have that, downtown experience, kind of point out the Swamp Rabbit Trail. Again, it just depends. Are we going to our Greer, Simpsonville? How's that from there? But
with those different kind of, the different cities around Greenville that kind of make up the area, is there one that you're like, man, that if people are like, where should I be looking? Do you kind of have 1 or 2 that you point people to?
Yeah, obviously being from Greer,
sure. You're a little partial.
We absolutely, we live a minute from Lake Robinson. So our life is in the summertime, me and my son kayak, and so I have a little bit, I'm partial to that. My second probably partiality, again, I always listen to my clients if it's not what they need, but is probably Traveler's Rest.
Okay.
We love going to the Tandem and getting crepes and just walking down there and being on the trail and Pink Mama's ice cream and all that.
My
fun
wife
stuff.
loves that place.
Yeah, none of these places are paying me a penny, by the way. I'm just throwing these names out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
So what's the What's the biggest misconception people have about our local market right now that you find yourself myth busting? As you're talking to new clients coming into the area.
So new clients coming into the area.
Yeah.
I was actually just having a conversation. One of the things that really confuses people is property tax. Oddly, when they don't. He was saying, "Why does this house have 20,000 and this one's
right
6?" I'm like, "Well, let me explain it to you. We default to this double to triple tax bracket."
Right. It's on you to prove that this is your.
Yeah. And hands down, the second one is going to be, I thought I could pay enough money to not live next to a mobile home.
Really?
Yeah. Like you can.
Oh, sure.
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Right.
But you can't. I mean, you can buy, if you're wanting 2 acres, 5 acres, 10 acres, 20 acres, and a nice home.
There's a mobile home there somewhere.
There's going to be a mobile home out there somewhere. Yeah. You're going to have to look at it. You're going to have to, that's just
they
part
could
of.
be good people.
Yeah.
But
that's specifically, and I love, again, Phil and Cindy Johnson, some of my favorite, California people. Love every one of my California clients, but California people are normally the ones who are like, if you drive, I specifically, when I show homes to them, I will not avoid the things they're going to have to lay their eyes on, so that I can help them understand, like, hey, this is your daily commute if you live here.
Yeah. So I'm laughing because I did grow up here. I went to school and lived in Southern California for 8 years. So yes, I'm well aware.
Yep.
Yeah. That's you're smart. That's smart.
I appreciate it.
If you could go back, to the day you got your license with all your, the years of experience you've had now, and give yourself one piece of advice, not about the sales part of it, but about the industry, about what life as a realtor is really like, what would you tell yourself 5 years ago?
So 5 years ago, I would 100% begin a process that I began not too long ago. And that is that, and this is part of my life that I'm passionate about. I would have told myself to absolutely, without hesitation, without fail, begin your every single day sitting with the Lord in your word, and don't get up from that space till he tells you to. The reason I say that is, if we allow it to be, our day's a lot deeper than we let it be. The things we miss, the things we get caught up in, what we build our lives on,
Yeah.
I've noticed as I've gotten older, we don't want to admit it, but we put a lot of our faith not in him. We put it in the air in our tires, in our car's ability to function that day, our phone's ability to function right that day, whether or not we have power, whatever makes us fall apart is where we built our expectations. And I would have allowed myself to be a person who is more steady and consistent in, when the storms come, being able to handle those better, because it's just a waste of what others actually need from you in your energy and your thoughts and your time. And I just would have been a lot more of a peaceful person by, knowing how to begin and end my days and
that's awesome.
live different.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I don't, realtor or not, that's probably a great advice for all of us.
Yeah.
I think. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Well, Kip, where do we find you? How do folks find you and get a hold of you? And
man, I don't have any fancy monikers. Thankfully, I am the only Kipton Copeland in the United States of America. That is.
Congratulations.
So actually, I have a friend on Facebook that's Kip Copeland. I literally just typed it in one day. I said, I got to be friends with him. Anyway, it's really funny when we comment on each other's,
Oh, that could be quite
people
confusing.
get confused, I'm just Kipton Copeland, real estate everywhere. I've got a Google page, got Facebook, got Instagram, got all that good stuff.
And you're with KW?
Keller Williams, Greenville Central. Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Kip, thanks a lot for coming and hanging out with us. Really enjoyed the conversation. And, good luck to you this year.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Thank y'all for having me. Been a pleasure for sure.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Yep.